Hi everyone, Matthew here. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving. Tonight I'm going to do something new. From time to time, I'm going to review books, and I thought I would start out with this book that I just got last week. It's called I'm Sad and Horny, written by the amazingly talented author, and also you might know her for her roles in The Edge of 17, The White Lotus, Support the Girls. It would be Haley Lou Richardson. Now, Haley talks about, in this book, themes of heartbreak, like transitioning into, being 30 years old, her past, her present, her future. And I found all that interesting because I relate to some of the things that she talks about, like heartbreak and transitioning into a certain age. Like, I'm only 27, so I don't know what it's like to be 30, but transitioning into being an adult from a teenager was really hard for me because I didn't know where to go, like, after I finished high school except to community college. I didn't really know what kind of future I wanted. Not all teenagers are prepared for that sort of thing. And even though, like, Haley's book is more about turning 30, I found it very relatable in that sense. Like, a lot of people go through what she did with, transitioning because many of us don't really know where to go after. And what I love about what Haley does is she holds nothing back. She, has a lot to say. Even though this book, like, at the end it has one of those, like, messages where it says all this is fictional, and if, the places and events have any resemblance to actual events of places or persons, living or dead, it's entirely coincidental. Now, I also found, the title interesting because, a lot of us deal with sadness. And, as for the horny part, if a kid happens to come across this video, let's just say it has to do with bulls, like very angry bulls. But if you're an adult, I'm sure you could figure that part out. Now, what I love about Haley also is that she, has done a lot of interviews as well about, heartbreak and, also, what inspired her to write this book. And I've dealt with heartbreak myself before. Like, not the way she has, though, because I don't have a history of exes. Like, she kind of alludes to that in this book. And, my love life, I guess, compared to hers, is kind of dull because I still haven't really met that special someone yet. I haven't really had a long-term relationship yet. It's why I'm trying to get on Love on the Spectrum, because I'm hoping that if I can one day grab their attention, they'll want to come to my home to interview me. Don't worry, Mom, I won't say where I live. My mom's filming this video and she's doing a fantastic job, so make sure you compliment her in the comments. And it looks like we have a special guest too. Hi, Dodger. Dodger, tell everyone about what your job is. You don't want to? All right. Well, even though I don't have that special someone yet, I do have my little brother Dodger right here. He provides a lot of happiness to my family, and, he's one of the reasons I never feel lonely. Even though, he's a dog, we still have many things in common. Like, we're both emotionally intelligent. And I also feel like in this book, like Haley, has, a lot of emotional intelligence of her own. And what I also love is how she expresses herself in this, because it's not easy to express oneself. Like, people, may not always react the way you want them to. They may not accept you for who you are. And I accept Haley for who she is, even though I do not know her and probably never will. I do admire her passion and her dedication and how she's gotten past her struggles, whether it's mental health or sadness or heartbreak or transitioning. That's something to be proud of. I hope that Haley continues to write great poetry like this because, we need more like this. I'm going to show you something that's completely appropriate. I can't read this dialogue to you because it's a little graphic, but look, a rainbow! Who doesn't love rainbows, am I right? This is like one of the few things in this book you can show to children. Also, there's one more picture I wanted you to see. Ooh, this is beautiful right here. I'm pretty sure it's a California sky. I assume that's where she lives because that's pretty much where most actors live these days. And also, it's definitely a beautiful place, California, so who wouldn't want to live there? Well, that's all I have to say for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this, and tune into this video and go out and buy I'm Sad and Horny by Haley Lou Richardson, because I guarantee you it'll be one of the best poetry books you've ever read. Have a good night.